Hello friends, it's Exoman, and today I am excited and delighted. I am very pleased and very fortunate to be able to work from home, and one of the things that allows me is to, on occasion, make something wonderful for my lunch or what have you. Today, what I decided to make is an oyster po' boy. I had some oysters left over from a half bushel I had ordered several days ago. If it's cool, you can keep them outside as long as they have the mud on them. You can keep them and then wash them right before use. Anyhow, what is an oyster po' boy? Some of you may ask, or what is a po' boy? So, to me, a classic true po' boy is a New Orleans type of food, and it consists of, very simply, a real French bread, an actual French bread, a New Orleans style, and that is a light, crispy on the outside, soft, delicate, chewy on the inside. It's never dense. It is completely unlike the baguettes that we get in the stores. I can't express that enough, because people think that they call them French baguettes and they call them French bread. It's not what I grew up eating in New Orleans. It's quite different experience. When you have a true loaf of French bread, it's very light, and as I say, crispy on the outside and delicate, chewy on the inside with lots of air pockets, no density. So then you add your meat, and lettuce and tomato and mayo. That's the backbone of a po' boy. Any meat, like traditionally it would be shrimp or roast beef or oyster. Po' boys, what we used to get in New Orleans, or fried catfish, whatever you would like on your po' boy, as long as it has that traditional New Orleans French bread, lettuce, tomato, mayo, or some people may substitute the mayo with remoulade sauce. Is great. That's a Creole treat, or tartar sauce, something like that. And then add hot sauce, and what you end up with is a tangy, delicate, delicious sandwich. So I'm going to experience this today, and I hope that you will watch and enjoy the experience with me. This is how I make an oyster po' boy. So here's the first step. I'm steaming a little more than a dozen oysters in a steamer with just a little bit of water in the bottom. This will help to take off some of the water, dehydrate the oysters a little bit. You don't need to do this. You can use them out of the shell fresh or out of the jar. Okay, so now it's time to shuck the oysters. And look, you'll notice that these are a little bit drier than a live, freshly shucked oyster. I just like that because you don't have as much liquid in your hot oil, which can be problematic. But again, either way you want to do it. I do it both ways. Fresh live oysters or slightly steamed. Don't over steam them because you'll have a problem. They'll be too dry. Also, they're a lot easier to open when they're steamed a little bit. Okay, so now I add a little egg. And now I'm going to coat the oysters. In this case, I'm using cornstarch, which is really light and a little healthier than a lot of heavy flour, which absorbs a lot of grease. I like to do it this way, and I don't need to use salt because I got lucky and got some nice salty singles, salty oysters. Now this might seem slightly antagonistic, but it's time to kick up the heat a little bit. You'll notice I'm cooking next to a post under my house, and this is just the sort of thing that drives the trolls crazy. They end up making a lot of comments about how stupid I am, and this helps me greatly because with all of those comments, my video gets elevated and I get a lot more views and make a lot more money. And of course, please be careful when you're cooking next to your house or around your house. But most people cook inside of their houses, which is one of the number one causes of fire. But seriously though, I do have a hose bib right next to this, and I have fire extinguishers always nearby when I'm cooking. But please watch my rocket stove videos. I've made about 6 or 7 of them. We've gotten a total of about 40 million views or more on those. And that's primarily due to the fact that I have so much activity on those videos with the trolls going nuts. And then they have conversations amongst themselves about how unsafe this is, and we love it. But again, please be safe when you're cooking. Most house fires occur inside the home, when people are cooking inside the home or smoking or burning candles. This outdoor cooking, while it ignites the trolls, is a lot safer than cooking indoors. But again, thank you, trolls. Mm. Mm. So good. Very simple with this light, crusty French bread. It's very soft and lightweight, crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. Just perfect. Just like home in Louisiana. Oh, I miss it. Mmm. Mmm. It's too good. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Bon appetit.